Good morning, everybody. It's Christine Ludwig from Christine's Stamping Spot. Thanks for joining me on my Friday Live today. I hope you're having a great Friday wherever you are. We are, well, okay, not right at the moment, but just a little while ago, it was snowing like Charlie Brown snow here, I gotta say. We are kind of getting done with all of the snow that we've been having, considering it's almost like officially spring here. So I hope wherever you are tuning in from, you're having some great weather. Let me know if you have tulips blooming or if you've been mowing your grass or all of those fun spring things. We are still shoveling, but hopefully not for too much longer. We are supposed to get in the plus temperatures today and on the weekend, and then next week a little more towards the 0 Celsius mark. So we'll see what happens, but we will just make the best of it, right? So how is everyone today? Please let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to see who's watching, and or if it's the first time you've joined us on the live. Welcome to all of you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for popping in or for watching on the replay if you're watching on the replay. Okay, so today, or not today, this week was another busy week in the stamping world. We had a bunch of new products launch again on Tuesday the 3rd. So we had 3 new kits launch. We had our new online exclusives launch for March, and a new product on parade as well. So a few new things happening. And I don't know if any of you have had a chance to check out those online exclusives, but they always have something that is just so amazing, right? Some new products all the time to keep us interested, and sometimes some new trends that are happening in the crafting world too. They have an opportunity to release those through an online exclusive, so that's always neat to have some really trendy stuff, although a lot of Stampin' Up stuff is on trend, I have to say. So we will have some more things coming in the next few months, new catalog, that kind of thing. So we'll work through that, and I'll let you know as we go week to week. So today I thought we would try incorporating one of those new online exclusive products. It's some designer paper, and great for a masculine card or any sort of nature card. So I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about, but I will show it to you in just a sec. I'm just going to flip my camera around. So close your eyes for 1 second. I don't have any fancy software like some demos do, but we'll see how this goes today. Okay, let's see. Can you all see that, I hope? Okay, so this, hopefully it's fairly straight. We are also going to use this Nature Symphony bundle of documents, or not, oh my God, words are hard today. Bundle of dies and stamps. So this has been a super popular bundle. This came out, I believe, in our mini catalog, and it's a whole suite of products, right? So we have some really great things that coordinate with this, including some designer paper, which we're also going to use a snippet of. So these are the dies. Sorry, I have not organized my dies yet. They are just all over the place. But these are fabulous dies. So they are the ones here, and some of them cut out some of these images in the stamp set, so that's always a perk. Okay, so we are going to make a masculine card, and that designer paper I was talking about is this one, Wood Grain Wonders Designer Series paper, and it looks like this. Really nice wood grain features on this. So you get 12 sheets in a pack, 12 by 12, and 3 of each color. So it kind of takes you a little bit further. It stretches a little bit for your projects. Now, the colors, what's interesting is they are not the same on the front and the back. Okay, so this one is sort of a lighter wood. This is more pecan pie, early espresso, and then another lighter tone. And on the back, you've got these. So you have another version of some, but like for example, you've got the early espresso on this side, but you've got the light tone on the other side. Okay, and here you have pecan pie, and you have an early espresso on the other side. And same with these 2 light ones. Okay, so you've got another pecan and another a light one. Okay, so it really stretches a long way. And I thought this is really great for masculine cards, for any sort of nature cards, anything that you want sort of a wood grain type of look to them. Okay, so I thought that was really cool. So if you're looking for it, it is in the online exclusives that were just released for March. So the card we're going to make today is this one. So we are going with a little bit of bling here with some gold and using some ribbon and a few embellishments. So I'll show you how we're going to put this together and the products I used for that, okay? So we are going to start with pecan pie as our base. Now, I have to confess, I don't often use pecan pie. Oh, good morning, Kathleen. How are you today? Was it snowing in your part of the city? We had Charlie Brown snow here for about, I'm going to say half hour or so. But it is supposed to be +1 Celsius outside right now, so I'm hoping it is not going to stay. We can hope. All right, pecan pie has been one of our neutrals since our last color refresh, and I have to admit I don't use it a lot. I use it more at Christmas, like to mimic gingerbread or gingerbread houses, that sort of thing. But it is a very lovely neutral, and it does go with these wood grain designer papers. Okay, so this is our usual base, 8.5 by 5.5. And we are going to do it this orientation. So this card actually comes together very quickly. If you're looking, for a quick card, just has a few die cuts, a bit of cardstock, and you're good to go. Doesn't incorporate a fancy fold, so I'm not doing a fancy fold with you today. I don't know if you like fancy folds or don't like them, or think, oh my gosh, another fancy fold. What is she doing? It was snowing, but not a lot. Okay, good to hear. Ours has stopped for now, but I have to go out in a little bit, so we'll see how warm it actually is. Okay, so I'm using this pattern of that wood grain designer paper. So I am going to put the lighter side on top of the pecan. So for your card base, you can incorporate pretty much any neutral. You could do the espresso and just pick a different pattern of the designer paper. You could do Mossy Meadows. You could do any sort of neutral would go with this designer paper, I think, or any paper, really. Very, very handy. Okay, and then we have 2 pieces that we're going to layer together. So one is the gold, and that is, let me just measure that for you, 5.25 by 2.75. So that's our gold foil. And this is that Nature Walk designer paper. So this is 2.5 by 5.25. And if you have not seen that Nature Walk, I'm just going to quickly flip through some of the patterns. I know a lot of you have seen it because it is mega popular, this suite. It's just amazing. So you have all these really earthy tones, some really nice, some of these are being cut up because I've used them already, but really beautiful patterns to them with the pretty peacocks and the mossy meadows. They actually incorporate a bunch of colors just in one sheet. The secret sea, this is kind of a nautical feel for me. This beautiful one with the basic beige or the crumb cake, I guess it is, and the mossy meadows and the greens, some more of those blues, and here as well. And then you got some more of that secret sea, and this one, oh my gosh, it's just so, so lovely. Just kudos to the artist that came up with this, and this beautiful just check pattern. And it has this script on the back, which is nice, which you can actually read. It's actually in English, because sometimes when we get these little script designs, sometimes they're in French or whatever, which is great if you can speak French, but I not so much. And this, I love this, which is actually, I think, the pattern that we're using on our card. And then this sort of striped one here with this one. So beautiful, beautiful paper. Does anybody have this paper out there? I'm sure a lot of you do. It's just so great. So, so great. Okay. Now, just a little tip. When you're using your gold foil, because it is, let's admit, it is a little more pricey for what you get in your package. I know what a lot of demos do is they, if you're using it just as a background layer, okay, it's fine to use a piece that has had something cut out of the center. That way you're not wasting this whole intersection, right? You're just using and having the outline show, and nobody sees the part that's been cut out. I just happen to have some of these, and I didn't cut anything out. I guess I could have, but you know, because nobody sees what's cut out of the back. So it's a good way to save some paper, especially some of the foils or those specialty papers that, you know, have some extra bling in them, or that maybe you don't get as many pieces in a package. All right, so this is the pattern I chose from that nature walk. This is what's on the other side. It's a little bit lighter, but I love this darker green here, this mossy meadow. So we're just going to put that on top of our gold, just leaving a little bit of the gold on the outside. Okay. So like so. No. And then this, you can put this wherever you like. If you want it on the right, on the center, I'm going to stick it. Well, this one I did on the left. Should I put this one in the center? I guess I could for something different. Why don't we do that? We'll put it in the center. Just for something different. I'm just going to put a little extra adhesive on here because the gold can be a little heavier than some of our regular papers. So have any of you been working in your gardens yet, wherever you might live? Oh, I'm so envious if you have. I should just kind of make a trip to a greenhouse one day. I think that would be a great idea. Just to go and look at all the color, and I'm sure some of them must be open by now. Maybe not in our area, but probably in some for sure. All right, so the next step is we're going to use those dies. And what I did was I cut out this large leaf image, and it is quite large when you look at it. And I cut that out of the gold foil. So when it was cut out, it comes like this with all that beautiful detail on there. So I am going to pop this up with some mini dimensionals. And this is probably something that might take the longest, maybe, of this whole card. Now, you don't have to put it on every single leaf, but I do. Just because I like to, well, maybe not the smallest ones, but most of them, I like to just make sure that they're going to be anchored down. And this is a very delicate die, so just be careful. Out of the gold, it's not as bad. It has a little more substance to it because the gold is a little bit thicker. But I know some of our cardstocks, or if you're cutting it out of, you know, a designer paper, which can be sometimes a little bit thinner, not always, but just be careful when you take it out of your die. Just that it doesn't rip on you, because that can happen. Okay, I think that's probably most of them. Okay, does anyone have big plans for the weekend? Not so much here, I don't think. Olympics are over. Now we're kind of winding down our hockey season, our NHL hockey season. Our Oilers, oh my gosh, they need to really pick up their boots and just, you know, keep winning, or there could be a chance we might not make the playoffs. How terrible would that be? Gosh. So hockey will be something we'll be watching, I think, for sure, to see how it goes. Okay, so this kind of just fell down on its own. So you're just going to lightly press. And if some of these leaves overlap, that's fine. Okay, so I'm fine with it just overlapping like that. A little bit, well, you could have gone a little higher because we have some greetings to put down here, but I don't want to try lifting it now with all of those dimensionals. I might rip it, so we will improvise. So then I cut out this log piece from this die, and I did that on early espresso. So I'm just going to put that down flat. Either end works, so I'm just going to put it over the bottom of that. Let's see, I think I might want it to stick out to the right a little bit. So we're just going to put that down flat. You could pop it up too, but I've already got that popped up. So what do you think? Yeah, I think I'll just leave that like so. And then I cut out this tiny little greenery piece. Look at how detailed that is. Oh, so pretty. And it's also from the dies. It's this little one here. So for that, I think I'm going to have to just dab a tiny bit of glue on that and hope it will stick, because I think this is about the only glue, unless you did an adhesive sheet. I think the other glue would probably rip, so the other adhesive. All right, so let's put this on here. Maybe I do want it over the gold a little bit. So I'll just put it about there. I'll just tack that down. I'll take a second to dry, and then our greeting. So I used, because I wanted a masculine card, so to a great guy. There's also I like you lots, you make me smile, and thank you. And I think for this, I'm just going to sponge this on the outside. So I stamped pecan pie on Very Vanilla and cut it out with the Stylish Shapes die. And then I'm just going to sponge a little bit with my pecan pie ink, just to kind of make it a little more rustic. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. Just a little bit on there. And then this, where should we put this? I think I want it more over here. And am I going to pop it up? Because I've got this layer underneath. So, or do I just want to put some minis on the bottom and adhesive on the top? Maybe I will do that and see how that looks. Just because it's already a bit of a different level with that extra layer under there. So let's just put these here You like sponging cardstock. It does add a different look, doesn't it? It gives it a different vibe when you do some sponging, even if it's just around the edges too. I agree with you, Kathleen, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to just put this a little lower and like so. So it looks fairly even. It's not like the tag is going down because of that extra piece there. Did I put that on straight is the question. A little bit off maybe, but that's okay. I'll get rid of all of these because inevitably if I don't, they will end up all over the floor and be stuck to my shoe or whatever. Okay, so To a Great Guy. Well, looks not too bad. A little bit crooked still. Okay, how's that? All right, so then I am going to add a little bit of ribbon. So this is a retired ribbon that I still had. The gold twisted thread. It retired it was part of the November 25 online exclusive, so just last year, and this must have been, I'll have to double check that because I say it was discontinued in May, so it must have been November before, November 24. Oh my gosh, that's over a year old. And it retired May 22nd is what I found. So I could be wrong, but I don't think it's current. So, but I did find it, and I like to, use up what I have or try to. Love this bundle. So versatile. Janet, yes, I know. This is one of your new all-time favorites, right? One that I know some people just play and play and play with. There are so many ideas for this Nature Symphony bundle. If you guys have not checked it out, oh my gosh. People, like I say, people are just loving this bundle and the designer paper, and it is so versatile for so many different types of cards. And they don't have to just be masculine. They can be for, a lot of different ones. So, okay, so I'm having my bow tying issues this morning. I think I need some more coffee. Ugh. Okay. Oh, I think I did have it, and now I don't. I should have prepped this before. But I did not. Oh my gosh, people. I'm sure you're saying, okay, do that. If I could pass it through my screen to somebody to tie for me, I would certainly do that. Okay, I'm going to get this. I know I am. Just my fingers are not cooperating today. Maybe I should have cut it extra long. You know those days where everything works and those other days where not so much? Oh, that's supposed to be a double bow. I think that's why I'm having some issues. Okay, you can fast forward through this part if you're watching the replay. Let me struggle with my bows. Don't usually have this much trouble. I think it's because I'm on video, right? That's why. Okay, I think I might have done it, sort of, maybe. Not the most beautiful bow I've ever done. Not that any of them are beautiful. Don't pass it your way, Janet. Come on. You're a great bow tire. Our great friend Trista, we always call her the bow queen because her bows are always immaculate. They are just so beautiful. Okay, not the best, but it'll work. So before I put this on, I want to try, without undoing my bow, I want to try to fray these ends. So I'm just going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm just going to see if I can get in here and separate these fibers a little bit. if that will cooperate with me today. So you're just going to try, use whatever you have. I thought, there we go, take your pick would be the best. If you can even just pull it maybe a little bit. It worked when I did my sample, because it does fray. Okay, you guys are just going to say, to heck with a bow. I'm not going to do a bow on this card. Forget it. Too much trouble. Only because I'm making it look more difficult than it is. But we don't have to fray it either. I did fray it on my sample. Can you see what I did there? You get the idea. You just fray the ends and trim the tails to whatever length you like. Maybe I should have just started here at the bottom and worked my way up. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with this because I think you know how it works. Right? Everybody's frayed ribbon before, I'm sure. I think you just have to be patient with it. I'm just trying to rush here a little bit and it's not cooperating. Although I do have time, I don't have to rush, but I don't want the whole video to be about me fraying ribbon here. Okay, that's just good enough for today. I'll work on it afterwards. Okay, so I'm just going to trim these tails now that I've got them frayed. I'm going to cut it off. How silly is that, right? Oh my gosh. You know, Fridays, I love Fridays, but sometimes by the time Friday comes around, I think we're tired. Okay, so let me do this. We're going to put this on with some glue dots. It's been a busy week. Been a very busy week. Okay, so I'm going to put this maybe right about there. Okay, so yes, you can trim these off a little bit more. Just so they don't hang over the edge. Look at all these little frayed pieces here. Okay, so there, even if it's not frayed, it looks fine. Now, question for all of you, do I use embellishments or not? So I did on this one. The ones I used are these low profile sparkle dots. I thought because they had the green. And I did put them on this one, but should I leave them off of this one? Do you think they're too sparkly? Or are they okay? I don't know what to do. What do you guys think? Any ideas? Or should I maybe just try to later dig out a different color? Kind of like how the green is on there. You know what? I think I'll leave this one just for now. And then I'll have to decide if I just want to leave it, because it's fine like that too. Yeah, I think we'll see how it goes. You say add them, Janet. Okay, should I add them? These are also, just so you know, on the last chance list. So they are still available, but I'm wondering if they might even be on sale. That might be something. I love these. We use these a lot with that, what was it, sunflower paper, or what was that paper? That yellow paper. It was the little spring flowers or whatever, but we use these a lot. And I think I also used them on the pear cards as well. Yeah, I did. Okay, maybe I will add them. Janet said add them, so let's go for it. I'm not going to put yellow though. Just going to put the green, and they do come in 2 sizes. So let's maybe just put 2 small ones. Actually, switch them around this time. They don't always have to be in the same spot, right? Put one there. And then we'll just add another small one over here. Okay, that just gives it a little something extra, right? There you go. All right, so how do you like the gold foil? That's a little bit different. I love these leaves cut just from pieces of the designer paper too, because they have all those different colors in them. And this would also be a great die come fall for sure, to cut some out of some beautiful fall colors. Absolutely. Okay, I am just going to flip my camera. Ta-da, there I am. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that project. It is fairly simple once you've got your pieces together. Comes together pretty quick, and you can make, you know, a bunch of them all at the same time, or switch up your background DSP. That new wood grain one would be fine to use, just different patterns of it too. So yeah, play with that. I know it is a very popular and beautiful, beautiful bundle. So enjoy. And enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. I hope it is lovely wherever you are. We are supposed to have a lovely day tomorrow, and I'm hoping we will see some blue sky today. So it was beautiful yesterday, the sky. So let's hope it stays beautiful for the weekend. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining in, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.